Intro music.
Come on in.
A star for the ages for Tony Gwynn, number 3,000.
They have acquired Eric Johnson and Fernando Tatis Jr. from the White Sox in exchange for James Shield.
Welcome to Slam Diego.
My name is James.
My name is Joey.
And this is the Brothers Padre. And in this episode, Joey has called a State of the Union.
But what is the State of Union music? Is there a State of
I think it's just Hail the Chief. It's
It's more like okay.
at least it has been in my lifetime.
Woo. Yes, I said we should talk about the Padres, which is a novel topic in this podcast. Very novel.
I know usually we talk about socks.
Yeah. Big sock pod. Big sock.
Big sock pod.
We're at the 10% mark of the season. We've played 17 games, and we didn't really have a formal expectations podcast because I don't think you and I were up for it, to be honest.
Because we had like 3 episodes last year.
Right.
And it was sad.
Yeah. We didn't want to hype ourselves too much.
Yeah.
But I think now we know something. The sample
Yes.
size is there. We can make assumptions, which is cool. I like making assumptions.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay.
James, what is our record as it stands on this day, April 26th?
We've played 17 games. I believe we're 9-8.
10-7.
10-7.
Even better.
Sure.
10-7. We have played 2 of the best teams in baseball, according to record last year. We lost both of those series. We've also played lots of bad teams, and we've won every one of those series.
That is true.
Oh, we also played the Braves, so we split them. So, yeah, it's not like we did an incredible job in the 17 games, but we're 3 games over 500. So, I don't know. I don't know what to feel yet, if I'm being completely honest.
So the problem is nothing that the Padres are doing right now was unexpected.
Right.
We were hoping for more. We knew our offense was going to struggle because for some reason, all but one of our players struggles in April.
Right.
And famously, Wilt Myers can't hit until June. Jake Cronenworth is starting to hit. He got several hits over the weekend. That was a really positive sign.
Right.
Probably the best thing to happen out of the Dodgers series.
Right.
And it seems like we're on the cusp of something.
Right. Because I think the general story about the San Diego Padres in 2022 is incredible starting pitching, so-so bullpen with some highlights, basically Steven Wilson, and now Robert Suarez looking really, really good. And
Rogers.
And
Tim Hill still
right.
sharp.
But it hasn't been as locked down as it was
Correct.
in times past. And then just a struggling offense. Padres, PHX on Twitter, Phoenix Padre, he's an Arizona-based Padres fan. He said, some team stats to remember. We're 1-1 in our weighted runs created, which means the league average is 100. We're 1 point above league average in creating runs. We are a .44 walk to strike rate. So we're drawing walks, but we have an ultra low barrel percentage. So we're not squaring balls up.
No.
Effectively, he says, it's like watching a team full of Jorge Alfaros. Basically, a league average offense carried by on-base percentage and swing decisions. I.e., we're not hitting home runs.
Correct.
We're not hitting doubles. We're not hitting home runs. We're just getting people on base and station-to-station runs. That's it.
3 doubles a game, we would have the best record in baseball.
Yeah. That's not happening, though.
No.
What are your thoughts about, do you think this is the reality? Is this us getting started? Because, I should note, and baseball batting average is down 0.08% across the league. Last year, this time was a 240 batting average. Now, at this time, this year is 232.
And they're contributing that to the shorter spring training. The batters didn't have enough chance to get in groove.
Right.
And also the Padres they changed all their hitting coaches.
Right.
So our hitting coaches there's all the old players are still in the old hitting coach mindset, and they have to break them out of that.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, do I think this is going to stay? No, because I've seen our guys hit before. I know that our guys are capable of hitting.
Right.
I know Trent Grisham can hit. I know Will Myers can hit. I know Jake Cronenworth can hit.
Are you saying that Jurickson Profar is not sustainable?
You know what? Jurickson Profar was the number 1 draft pick.
Yeah.
Whenever he was drafted, I can't remember.
A while ago. And if he finally comes into his own, I'll be the happiest camper who's ever camped. And I don't like camping. Yeah, sure.
And so I don't know. I don't know about Jurickson Profar. I think if he ends the season with a 260 plus batting average and a dozen plus home runs and 60 RBIs, that's fine. That's 40, 50 times better than Pham did last year.
Jurickson Profar, for those who aren't aware, is playing very, very hot baseball. Very good outfield assist defense. Not so good outfield catching defense. But has been basically given a spot in the lineup because he's so hot. Despite having a 224 batting average, he has an 892 OPS. So when he does get hits, they're doubles or home runs.
Yes.
So he has 4 home runs on the short season, 11 RBIs with 1 stolen base, over 49 at bats. That's very good.
Very good. Especially, I mean, nobody would have predicted Manny Machado and Jurickson Profar were going to be our 2 best power hitters at this point. But like I said, it took this last weekend for Jake Cronenworth to start hitting.
Yep.
He got at least 1 hit every game against the Dodgers.
Yep. It is wild to me that Manny Machado and Jurickson Profar are the same age. But one's a future Hall of Famer. One has a great smile.
Oh. Choked there a bit.
You know what? We haven't talked about it, but Manny Machado has new teeth.
What?
You didn't know this? He got new veneers. So his smile was nice before, but now it's very symmetrical. His veneers are very symmetrical now.
I find the fact that you noticed that.
You don't remember, longtime listeners know I'm an avid smile watcher. I like a good smile on my baseball player. Like, I think when we traded Manuel Margot, I'm like, that's like the best smile on the team.
I do remember you saying that. I didn't realize this was a fetish.
Not a fetish. I find it charming when people smile. I think people are insecure about their teeth. I'm insecure about my teeth. So it's just like, oh, this person isn't. And Manny Machado has a nice pair of veneers and a nice pair of chompers now. So, bravo, Manny.
I'm glad is that why he's doing so well in April?
No, he's a very good player.
Okay.
So,
he's happy we're establishing that. Wasn't because there's new teeth.
But speaking about chompers and smiles, vibes are really good for the Padres.
Yeah, the Padres all the team still seems to be upbeat.
Yeah. Jorge Alfaro said, was being interviewed by AJ Cassavell, and he was talking about during the Arizona series and start of the year, him and Nabil Crismet both were the battery for that game, and it was the very first time there was a Colombian catcher and a Colombian pitcher. It was a cool moment in
the history of baseball.
Yes, yeah, isn't that wild?
There's been quite a few Colombians.
Yeah, but the only time it's ever been someone starting the game was Colombian and catching was Colombian. So it was a really cool moment, and AJ Cassavell interviewed about it. He's like, yeah, it's like pretty cool that we both can represent our country. It's a very nice piece.
That is a really nice piece.
It's wild. It's very wild. It's wild.
I know I've seen a lot of Colombian pitchers.
Right.
Is there just like no Colombian catchers?
I guess not.
Huh.
But at the very end, he's like, you know what? I'm super happy to be on this team. I'm very happy to be here. And it was like a very genuine statement that didn't need to be part of his interview. And you get the sense that people are just happy to be on this team. Luke Voigt has struggled a lot, but Manny Machado has been on the field helping him and just like encouraging him and be like, you're part of the team, you're here. And this weekend, the Padres hosted a UFC fighter named Paddy the Baddie.
I've never heard of this gentleman before, but I also
like
don't
a good time, a good hang.
I also don't follow UFC, so
His first time ever watching a baseball game, and so he was very excited. We got an overtime win. You know, he's Irish. Come on, so he has no idea. So.
it's
But
fine.
there's a video that he released that got deleted because if you're not familiar, in baseball, clubhouse videos are like you're not supposed to share those because people realize quickly that they're just people and they hang out and they have fun like everyone else. And
they're all dudes, mostly under 25, and
right,
testosterone reigns supreme.
right. It's not uncommon for dudes like that to have some fun and let loose. But there was a video of a beer pong tournament.
I saw it, yeah.
And it was just so, and you just realize that they're all having a blast there. And to me, that was really awesome. I was like, this is actually something that we would not have seen 8 months ago.
No.
And so it made me really excited. Because they just seem like they're gelling. Even though they're struggling, it feels like they're together.
It does feel like we can expect them to snap out of it and just start mashing. The problem is we're Padres fans.
Right. Right.
So we're also, the pit of our stomach expects them not to.
Right. And so what can we expect? As long as we beat bad teams, we'll have a competitive team in the middle of the year.
Exactly. If this next 8 runs and 8 games, we're all playing teams below 500. If we can come out 8-2, we're in good hands.
Yeah, that's what my general thinking is that we have to we can't lose against bad teams.
No.
We have to win every series against bad teams. We just have to. In order to make me feel good about this being a postseason team, because I still think that if Fernando comes back in a month and a half, and we're 3 to 4 above 500, I think that we're going to make a trade deadline acquisition of a power hitting left fielder, right fielder that's a good left or right fielder that can hit all the time. Because we're not going to upgrade our pitching, but we can upgrade I do think if we're this competitive, we're going to upgrade our bats.
Yes.
Whether that's Joey Gallo, who isn't much of an upgrade currently, but I think if we get there, I think we upgraded. We get Fernando plus a bat. I think this is a much, much better team. But it's still tough, right? You're still Padres fans. We don't know how this goes, right?
Yes, exactly.
I don't know really. We start the series against the Reds today. I don't really know. Like, I know in my heart that we're a better team than the Reds, but the part of me is like, it's baseball, right? And we only won those Red games, some of those Red games, by 2 runs, 3 runs.
Oh, I know. I watched them.
And so it's just like, that's not a lot. That's like one bad pitch that's erased, right? And like, you can't expect the starters to be perfect all the time. Shamania had a bad game on Sunday.
So technically, there's only been 2 bad Padres starts all year.
Right.
That one in San Francisco for Darvish and Sunday for Manaea.
But how good is you, Darvish, though? How good is he, dude?
We'll do the recap episode on Saturday's game, but that was one of the best pitching performances I've ever seen from a Padre.
He threw 50 pitches in 2 innings, had the bases loaded in the second, and got out of it. Struck out Mookie Betts, and proceeded to have such an efficient next 4. He pitched all 6 innings under 90 pitches.
And he clearly changed, like, his first 2 innings, he was throwing a lot different, and he changed his pitch mix. Pitch mix.
There you go.
Anyways.
I believe in you the whole time.
And it's like that's what a veteran can do. And it was a gutsy performance. He didn't give up a single run. It was amazing.
What a gamer. And Mookie Betts afterwards said, once Darvish gets any bit of confidence, he's the best pitcher in baseball.
And we saw that on Saturday.
It's like, it just can't really go against that, right? I thought it was awesome. And it feels like the starting pitching core, like how can you not have good vibes about that? Because as it stands currently, it's Darvish, Manaea, Musgrove, Gore, and Martinez.
Yes.
With Snell and Clevenger, who can pretty much be plugged in next week.
Yes.
Either one of them.
So we're going to see probably, it depends on how well they pitch.
Right.
But Martinez is definitely going to the bullpen.
Yeah.
And that'll sure up some of our bullpen troubles. We'll probably send Avero down. Avila. Yeah. I see it. Anyways, Avila down. And that'll sure up some of our bullpen. And maybe even Mackenzie Gore goes to the bullpen. I don't know.
It's tough, though, right? I mean, Joe Musgrove said, why don't we just do a 6 to 7 man bullpen rotation?
We could.
I don't know. I don't have those answers, Joe. I wish I did.
If they could do it and every one of them would be 100% sharp on the 7th day, why not?
Yeah, throw 100 plus pitches every game.
Yeah.
Let's go, baby.
That sounds awesome.
Let's have some fun, dude.
That does sound awesome.
I don't think it's going to happen, but it does sound cool.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's, I think the starting pitching will carry us to a competitive place. It's just going to be whether the offense can turn around holistically and consistently.
Yes.
I need to see Luke Voigt hit some bombs. Dude is swing. Like, I've never seen someone swing so violently at air. He's so violent. Like, he hates oxygen. He just hates it.
He does.
I want to die.
Yeah, he does swing very hard.
Yeah. I need to see that. I need to see the bomb. I need to see him.
I want to see him with at least 12 home runs before the All-Star break.
Oh, yeah. He's very capable of doing that. So, what else can we expect, James, before I move on?
I think that we have to expect better offense. That's that. If we can get 2 more runs a game, we would have at least beaten the Dodgers one other game.
Yep. James, I am made aware by our management and the PR people that you have a statement to read.
I do have a statement to read.
Okay. The floor is yours.
Okay. Over the past weekend, as we know, the Dodgers came to town.
Correct.
And every time the Dodgers come to town, violence ensues.
Yep.
I would like to take a moment to actually explain why San Diegans hate Los Angeles.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right. A common misconception is that we hate the Dodger fans because the Dodgers are a better team than the Padres. We are San Diego Padre fans. Historically speaking, every team is better than us. We hate the Dodger fans because they're from LA. San Diego is a loving family community. That's not to say we don't have crime, we just keep it in control. LA, on the other hand, commits every crime we have a law for at least 100 times a day. They actually are starting to commit old school crimes just to break up the monotony. Like, do you know train robbery is a thing over there again? That hasn't been a problem in this country since Robert Ford double tapped Jesse James. What's next, LA? You gonna start burning witches? San Diego is a wonderful place of beauty, and it has, in fact, beloved childhood authors like L. Frank Baum and Dr. Seuss has found inspiration in San Diego. Now, of course, LA has inspired childhood content. Just ask known childhood TV star and frequent movie theater guest Paul Rubens. Now, I can hear LA people saying right now, that's not all Hollywood has done. And you're right. For years, half of Hollywood has covered up or covered for people like Harvey Weinstein, Woody Allen, and Roman Polanski, all known for loving children. And the other half of Hollywood didn't notice because they didn't notice because they were having too much fun at Epstein's Island. Oh my God. San Diego is a place where we respect and love nature. Look no further than the world's famous San Diego Zoo and the Safari Park, where their scientists have brought back from the brink of extinction several species. LA, on the other hand, has a problem with illegal dog and cockfights. Now, that last one is not a new show at the LA Chippendales. It's actually something much worse. Please don't Google either. Now that brings me to Dodger fans. In past episodes, I have compared them to the smog alerts we used to have in the 80s and 90s, where the winds would change and blow all the filth and disease-ridden air from LA to San Diego. That's what it's like when the Dodgers come to San Diego. They bring all of their filthy, disgusting, crime-ridden fans with them. And again, I can hear you saying, James, are you calling all Dodger fans psychopaths? So I want to be 100% perfectly clear on this. Yes. Yes, I am. Every year, there's at least 2 stories that come out where a Padre fan, while walking back to the car after the game, probably thinking of what fun time they had and what are they going to be doing at the shelter they volunteer at tomorrow, is suddenly brutally and viciously and unexpectedly attacked by a deranged, run-of-the-mill Dodger fan because they felt like it. Now, because San Diegans are such good people, we occasionally see a couple in which one of them is wearing a Padre jersey and the other is wearing a Dodger jersey. Now, I know love finds a way, but let's be honest. There isn't a Dodger fan out there, if the mood suits them, wouldn't hesitate to stab somebody in the kidney. So in conclusion, until God's judgment rains down in LA like a modern-day Sodom and Gomorrah, we need to be careful around people that come from that filthy city. Luckily for us, most of them wear Dodger hats. It's a little statement I put together yesterday.
We're on Spotify. We're on YouTube. Thanks for listening to us. Leave a comment in support of the statement. Or if you don't support it, don't leave a comment. We don't really read negative comments. So, James, until next time, go
Padres.
And there it is! Oh, doctor! You can hang a star on that, baby!